Hello, cosmic beings. Welcome to Being Cosmic. If this is your first time here, welcome. If you're returning, welcome back. I am so glad that each and every one of you are here. My name is Devon, and I will be doing a collective message today. So, with that, take what resonates and leave what doesn't. Okay. So, all right. So this is another counterpart reading. I'm picking up. It's going to be for masculine energy. Um. We have another song that just started playing in my head right before I went to tap in and pull through the message. Which I didn't know it was going to be a counterpart reading until, whole like 2 minutes ago. Um, but the song that I was hearing, it's really the chorus, but it's the Ready or Not, Here I Come song. I think it's by like the Fugees. It's an older song, like, I don't know, early 90s maybe. Um, but it's mainly that, like, ready or not, here I come, you can't hide. That one. So, um, take it if it resonates. That's just going to be extra confirmation for somebody. And then the other thing that I was hearing is natural protector energy. So, if you had an experience where you met somebody and it instinctively pulled out this like natural protector energy, and you've never really had that happen before or since then, pay attention to that. That's a sign. Okay. So I just heard or okay. Basically, if especially if you happen to use a pickup line that was something along the lines of like I'll protect you, um and that isn't something that you normally said or have, said since then, that's definitely a sign. And so I don't know why that's coming through right now, but that's hopefully that resonates with somebody. Um, but yeah, it's an energetic thing. And so when you encounter a feminine energy or like your divine counterpart, it's going to pull you in this natural protector energy and a natural provider energy, and not necessarily in like financial, like we think of with providing. It's more of an energy, it's providing containment. And so the divine masculine provides containment for the feminine, and then the feminine can rise into that full feminine energy, feminine power, whatever you want to call it. And that's where that balance comes in. And this isn't saying that like you're always going to be only in your masculine energy and this person will only be in their feminine energy, because it is a balance, but it's just something that it pulls you into that natural state of like the protector provider energy where you're providing containment for the feminine. And then that allows the feminine energy to free flow. And and that's it. There's I could probably do a whole nother video on it, but that's really a huge part of what happens. And so what will happen on the feminine side is the feminine will naturally soften. Um, so especially if this feminine is like, I just heard a badass, or kind of got that like, intense, strong energy. When the masculine has the ability to contain that person, that feminine will naturally soften. And there's a lot going on right now, like going around if you are, looking at this stuff, talking about masculines, um, providing safety and security for the feminine, and that allows the feminine to soften and be in that state, and it's providing safety in a way. So yeah, there's whole tangent on masculine and feminine energies when we're talking about these types of situations. So let's get into the actual message and what wants to come through for you. Um, yeah, there's something. It's wild. I've never had this many readings come through just back to back to back to back to back. So there is definitely something here where spirit is get trying to get your attention. Trying to yeah, get your attention. just in, yeah. Okay. So the first card that came out is the World. Now, okay, I'm being told to read it. Expansion and opening up. This card is reminding you to expand your vision and contemplate some much broader options. The world is wide, so there's a lot out there to consider. In the modern age of technology, this could specifically be referring to creating or expanding to a more global network through the internet or social marketing. It also lets you know you have unlimited resources available to you, and now is the time to think big. As they say, the world is your oyster, so get ready to gobble it up. Alrighty. Okay. And then we've got the Angel of Balance. Both of these came out yes. Holy moly. Um, and we've got indecision reversed again. Literally, the first time I ever saw this card in reverse was yesterday in the Divine Masculine reading, and here it is again. So, um, I, I mean, it's yeah. I don't want to repeat the message from yesterday, but I mean, it's a similar message. It's like you decided, and okay, being being told to peek at it again. So it says, congratulations. This indicates a newfound freedom from indecision. You've either recently made or are just about to make an important decision. This is an important time, so bring a clarity of consciousness to your new direction. The fragmented and confused energy that you've been sending out is gone, and now you can bring new structure to your plans in your life. You may not have known what to do in the past, but your soul has been trying to guide you all along. Open up to the potential of this time and create some clear and powerful intentions regarding your new choice. Then let yourself move forward with purpose and personal power. That hit a little bit differently in this one versus yesterday. So, yeah, I maybe it's just this energy's like really anchoring in now. Oh, okay. So yesterday when that came out, first of all, it was upright, and it was a fear of getting they released the fear of getting their heart broken. Well, my oh my. So the broken heart card came out in reverse. Yesterday it came out in the upright. And what was coming through with that message was that there's a part of you that may be worried that moving towards this person is going to you're going to get your heart broken basically, and maybe I feel like something changed where maybe you realized some I feel like something, I'm being told something happened, whether it was the reading yesterday or a different experience you had or realization you had, take it as it resonates, but I feel like this is no longer a concern. I feel like you're ready, and I just got like an excited energy. So maybe this reading's coming through just to tell you like like yes, you're ready. The thing is we still have the anxiety card, so you could still be experiencing some of this anxious energy, and I just heard that's going to continue to be there until you take action and move towards this person. So if you've been waiting for the anxiety to settle before reaching out, this message is coming through to let you know that that's just an energy that is going to be there, and it will clear once you take this action and go for your person is what I just heard. And I'm hearing go getter again. So it's not a gender thing. It's go get your feminine. Um Go go get her. Go get him. Go get your person. Am I being called to read that one? I just heard to read that one. Okay. Okay. I just got told to read Broken Heart in the reverse. Let's see here. This marks a time of, oh, hold on. Sorry. Um, uh, Give me just a second. Okay, sorry about that. I had to pause it for a minute. I got hit with a wave of emotion, which normally doesn't happen in my readings. So that was completely out of nowhere, and so we're gonna try this again. Okay. Um, what was I reading? I was reading the wrong card, I think. What? Okay. Anyways, so all right, let's try this again. The broken heart reversed marks a time of renewal and hope. No, I wasn't. I was reading the right one. The pain and trauma are behind you now, and you can trust that greater joy is on the way. Whatever happened to hurt you in the past, you're now free to move on. The universe has much better things in store for you, so finish letting go of any residual grief and open your life to your new self loving intention. Joyous connections will follow. All right, interesting. Okay, what else would like to come out about? Ooh, and I've got like major, it's when the heart chakras like doing things, whether it's activating, opening, clearing, or just like you've got a lot of energy in the heart space. Sometimes it can make it sore or just kind of tense in the middle of the back. Because the chakras sit in the middle of our energy system, and then it goes out and then back. And so you can feel it on your back as well. And so if you've been getting like tension kind of in the middle of your back, like, behind your heart space basically, um that can be heart chakra stuff going on. So just take that as it resonates because I'm talking about physical symptoms. If you are concerned with your health in any way, shape, or form, seek out assistance from a professional. I'm not offering medical advice. I think that covers it. Um, from an energy standpoint, that can be what's going on. And then we've got journey, and I just heard it's time to take action and take this in like journey, like take this journey. Um, and I just heard take this journey to this person. And you know what? You might be like ready because I just glanced over. I wrote down really quick the song that was coming through, and I kind of glanced over and I saw Ready or Not, Here I Come. But instead of hearing it in the feminine voice that sings the chorus in that song, I heard a masculine voice come through. So you might be in that energy now of like, Ready or Not, Here I Come. Let's see what happens. Which is beautiful. And then we've got adjacent possibilities. So I feel like other doors are beginning to open up for you in other areas of life as well, not just in this aspect. Um, and by allowing yourself to take action on this journey, more doors are going to open for you. And I mean, that makes sense. It's an energy thing. When you're in alignment, doors open. So, um, yeah. And then we've got the thinking woman, and it came out kind of sideways. Interesting. So yesterday, this one came out in the upright. And what I was picking up in that one is that you were intimidated a little bit by this person's intellectual capacity. And because it's kind of sideways, I feel like this is something that you may have kind of come to terms with and allowed yourself to be like, okay, it's not going to deter me anymore. Um, am I being called to read it? Nope. That wasn't it. Oh, good job. Like this is rapid. So I just want you to take a minute and allow yourself to be like proud of yourself for doing this. I mean, it's wild. I've done collective messages for a while now, and even personal messages for people. And the progression of this, like 48 hours ago is a different energy. 24 hours ago, it was a different energy. And now it's like a different energy. It's like it's that progression, rapid progression, which is interesting because we did talk about that. I think it would have been 2 or 3 readings before this, the divine masculine or divine counterpart reading. And we talked about the masculine experiencing the ascension process just a little more rapidly. In this right here is just evidence of that. I mean, literally in 48 hours, I feel like you were still, well, you were, because this indecision card was upright 2 days ago. And then yesterday it was in the reverse, which is like you made the decision. And then today it's in reverse. The broken heart's in the reverse. The thinking woman's kind of sideways. So it's like these things that have been stopping you are just clearing rapidly. So good job. I'm gonna say it again. Huzzah to you. Was that in the reverse? No, it's upright. Okay. So we've got the first chakra, and this is the root chakra. What's going on with it? The color's red. It sits at the base of the spine. Um, it's associated with survival, our physical expression, like our like our relationship with the physical realm. Um, it's blocked by fear, and I feel like a lot of that fear has lifted. Um, and you're ready to ground this in. That's what I just heard. All right. You're ready to ground it in. And I'm seeing, okay, so on the top of this, just had 15 cards fall out. Hold on. Holy shit. All right, give me just a second. I, we'll get to that in a minute. Okay. I saw this gold that's like around his head, and I saw it is like yellow and referring to like the solar plexus. So I feel like you have cleared something from your solar plexus. Worthiness wounds have come up a few times, so I feel like you've cleared that, or you've worked through it enough to allow yourself to bring this in, to go for it. I'm not saying that it's completely cleared, that you completely healed it. Oftentimes those deep core wounds, like we'll do a big clearing, and then 6 months later or something happens and it triggers it a little bit, but it's not as much as before, and then it's an invitation to clear it, a little bit deeper. So sometimes these really deep core wounds, like childhood core wounds, will I just heard abandonment wound as well. So take that as it resonates. But I feel like these deep core wounding aspects of the self that were holding you back have uh like lessened, or it's not really that they've lessened, it's you've done something to consciously work through it. Um so again, huzzah. All right. Really? All 3 of these? Okay. We'll get to those in a minute. So okay, we've got the deceit card. And what I'm picking up from this is I feel like there is still a part of you that's kind of questioning it. Questioning, like, is this really real? And I do I do resonate with that. I get it. It's yeah, and what I just heard is the only way you're gonna know for sure is by reaching out. And I heard breaking the ice. And so again, it might not be something where you're like, hey, um do you think we're divine counterparts too? Again, take it if it resonates. If that's what you're called to do, do that. But even if it's just like, hey, how's it going? And then you like talk on the phone or something like that. Or if you can see this person in the physical, whatever way resonates with you on reaching out to this person and reconnecting, um, you're gonna know when you reach out. You're gonna know with every fiber in your being just how you feel, how their voice resonates with you, how, the eye contact, these kinds of things, you're just gonna know. And so that's one of those things, like, it is, I mean, this is a really weird, it's a weird, bizarre journey to be on. It's just, it's a lot. So it's understandable that this would be, part of that thought process is this real? Is this too good to be true? Is this really, y- is this really what's going on? And yeah, the message, oh, and then we've got the heart chakra card that came out as well. And that's the other thing too, is listen to your heart when you reach out to this person, when you talk to them. Listen to how your heart is responding. You're gonna feel it. Divine counterparts, you're gonna feel this energy in the heart space. It's just, that's where it's like connected almost. And it's a deep resonance with that heart chakra. So that's just another thing too, is like intuitively you're gonna know, but then you're also gonna feel it. And it's not gonna be um okay. So when we're dealing with dynamics like the narcissist codependent dynamic, or narcissist empath, I was gonna say tomato tomato. It's not quite the same thing, like empath and codependency, but there is a massive overlap sometimes. Um, when those connections happen, they can activate the nervous system, so they can activate the body. And then that's where it gets confusing, because it's like, how do you feel? Well, if you're in a very unhealthy, toxic dynamic like that, that's activating your nervous system all the time, and you, especially if you grew up and that's how love felt, because of, conditional love or toxic dynamics with caregivers, the body registers that as love because it's activating the nervous system, and that's the association. This is a different type of feeling. This is a feeling that is in the heart space. It's not activating your nervous system. There might be a little bit of like, like, oh, just because it's such kind of like a big deal, but it's not going to be that same type of an activation in the body. It's not triggering your nervous system in the way that a toxic relationship will trigger your nervous system. It's going to be felt in a different way. So just feel into that and see, how is it feeling when you do communicate with this person, because I do feel like you're at the point where you're ready for it. You're ready to communicate. I've got the storm warning card again. I don't know what that's saying. Um, it's talking about potential difficulties, either in your external world or within yourself in your emotional life. Um, so it's really recommending to be conscious yet not fearful, and do your best to stay in that calm clarity. Stand up for yourself and take action on your own behalf. And remember that the storm will pass. How is that? I'm not picking up exactly what that is saying right now. So if some more comes through, then we'll go with it. But right now, I'm not really. Yeah. Maybe there's still a little bit of that emotional, like, shitstorm going on. Um, I mean, it, again, like, that's kind of, I mean, there's so much complexity to these dynamics. There's so much going on energetically that it kind of makes sense. So yeah. Okay. We had 3 more cards come out. Okay. Sorry about that. Had a little interruption. Um, my daughter wants to play Dragon Monopoly. So That's what we're going to play. I highly recommend it if you have kids. How to Train Your Dragon Monopoly is it's a really fun spin on it. It's kind of different. So anyways, little side note. Um okay, back to your reading. We've got the Magician in the Mirror. This is my other counterpart card or twin flame, take it as resonates. This is really talking about you and this person mirroring each other right now. Um this is I mean, this is your divine mirror. So like it's yeah, you're definitely mirroring each other. And then we've got walking away and door to personal healing and happiness. And so I feel like what this is talking about is you're ready for this. You're ready to walk away from what is no longer serving. You're ready to walk away from the things that held you back from really being in connection with this person. And the thing is being in connection with this person, there it's so much more than just this connection. It's literally how it's going to ripple out into your life in a very beautiful harmonious way, because the purpose of these connections is to help you both be in alignment with your highest potential. And so that just there's going to be a natural effect on your reality by being in that energy. And maybe that's part of this storm warning is there's a part of you that's still a little bit nervous. Maybe you're still in the spiritual closet, so to speak. And there's a part of you that worries that if you go towards this person, you're going to have to come out of the spiritual closet. And I don't feel like that's going to be necessary. It's a process that just naturally happens. Your soul will just kind of naturally push you out of the spiritual closet if that's what you're meant to do. So I don't feel like I don't feel like this is a situation where you're going to go towards this person and maybe they're more open about their spirituality. And it's going to be one of these like this person's going to say you need to be on this level and tell everybody you know about it. It no. And I mean even for me, and this is what I do. I There's still people in my life, like family members and stuff that I'm not, just talking about, hey, are you aware of the 5D? Are you aware of this? Are you aware of that? It's, you know what I mean? So I don't feel like you need to worry about that if you are worrying about that. Talking issues. Okay. And then yeah, and I feel like you're ready to walk away from what was no longer serving and really embrace this door to personal healing and happiness. Um and just I feel like you're ready to be the best version of yourself. You're ready. I feel like you and maybe there's a part of you that's still a little nervous, but I do feel like ultimately you're ready to go for this, to experience this, to just to see, like yeah, just kind of go for it and see what happens. I feel like you're going to be pleasantly surprised. And then we've got the strategy card. So maybe you're still in the strategizing energy. And what I'm picking up is it's a balance. It's one of these like, yes, you can come up with a plan, you can come up with a strategy, you can do all of that. But ultimately, there is an element of impulsivity that I'm picking up on too, but it's not impulsivity in the way that we normally think of it, where there's the negative connotation. I feel like it's this impulsivity that's one of these things where it's more of like a soul aligned instant action is what I just heard. So it's one of these things where maybe you've been like, okay, I could do it this way, I could do that, I could do this, I could do that, and then all of a sudden you're just like sitting there and you're like, you know what, and now's the time, and then just do it. So there's kind of that element that's coming up as well. And then we've got the patience card. Is that divine timing? No, it's not divine. I just heard, okay, so I asked if it was divine timing and I heard divine timing is now. Um yeah, it's letting go of desperation. This card has come out in like the past few readings as well. Um, it's basically telling you to release that the old urgency and look at things from a different perspective. And again, there is a sense of urgency that you're feeling right now because that's your higher self, your spirit team, whatever you work with, that's the divine coming through saying, now's the time. Now's the time. Go for it. Um, everything's aligned. Go for it. And my heart is just like, so, whew, yeah, yeah. Okay. Is that in reverse? No. Okay. So you've got more chakra cards coming out. We've got the third chakra, which is the solar plexus, which came out a little bit earlier. It sits at the belly button. The color's yellow. It has to do with confidence, willpower. And then we've got the seventh chakra, which is the crown. And that can either be clear or violet, like a bright white light or like a violet light. Um, it sits on the top of your head. Um, and that's your connection with source. And so because you've got the root, the solar plexus, the heart, and the crown, you are receiving guidance. You are receiving the divine guidance. You are, I feel like you're balanced in your energy enough to be able to go for this and start the process of anchoring it in, is what I just heard. And then we've got happy family. So I feel like this is just letting you know what's in store for you when you allow yourself to take this action. Yeah, this can be starting a family, blending families, coming together in a serious committed relationship. Um, yeah, and ultimately, because there are like if we're talking twin flames, there are those that come together to like work together, things like that. This is definitely an all of the things type of an energy where maybe you will work together, have the romantic union, so on and so forth. And a happy family is here for you. And then we've got the victory card. So you will be victorious in this situation. When you go, that's a bold statement. I don't really like saying these kinds of things, but what I heard was when you go towards this person, you will be victorious. So, take that as it resonates. I normally don't do like this is guaranteed to happen for you because the future's not fixed. It changes. It can change in any now moment, so on and so forth, especially when you're talking about co-creating with another person. But there's something about this energy between the two of you that you both are on the same page. You both want the same thing, more or less. Some of the minor details and stuff might be different, but on the grand scheme of things, if you want more kids, this person wants more kids. If you want kids, this person wants kids. That was an interesting way that it just originally came out. If you don't want kids, this person doesn't want kids. It's like those kinds of things that can be really big issues in a relationship. You guys are on the same page with that. If you want to get actually married, this person wants to get married. If you don't want marriage, this person doesn't want marriage. It's like these big things that can cause major issues in relationships are you guys are on the same page with it. And ultimately you're going to be victorious and successful. So that's cool. Tarot, more of those. We're going to end it on that note. So ultimately, when you take action, you're headed towards your divine mirror. You are headed for this happy family energy, and you will be victorious. You already are. That's what I just heard. You already are. So alrighty. Well, I'm going to go ahead and leave this here. I hope this resonates. If so, you can let me know in the comments below. Feel free to hit that like button. It does help out the channel. So thank you. Thank you. And if you would like to see more from me, you can hit subscribe. It is free, and I will see you on the next message. Bye.